Alright, so we're checking out another wireless microphone system. This is the Hohem MIC-01 and comes in this nice case here. Got your two wireless microphone transmitters, and you have your receiver here, and recharges the transmitters in here. There's no battery in the receiver. Talk about it here in a second. Very small, compact. Got this little silicone strap here. Charge case via USB-C. You do get a USB-C cable for charging, and you get two windscreens for each of the transmitter microphones. Now this case here was sent along with this larger plastic case. Everything goes inside here because the wind muffs don't go inside this plastic case. But this, I'm not sure if this is a separate purchase or not, because it's not included in, it wasn't included in the box here, so this might be a separate accessory. I am getting this approximately 2 months before the release date. This is final hardware, I'm told, but I guess they were going to originally release this in December, and now it's January. So I guess it was delayed for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why. In any case, I don't have complete details on how they're going to release this in terms of how the product's going to be released. So you'll have to check the link down in the video description. There might be a separate link for the this actual larger case that holds everything. And just to show you, the smaller case goes inside here like this, and then the wind muffs and the USB-C cable goes over on this side. And of course the manual is included. There is a video tutorial that shows pretty much everything that's in the manual at this link here. I'll actually link that video down in the video description as well. This is fairly easy to use. I mean, you'll get the gist of it from my video here, but if you want a lot more details on how to use it, there is documentation included, as well as a full video tutorial from their YouTube channel. So you've got some LEDs here in front, and this shows you that the two microphones are charging. It also shows you the battery level of the battery inside this case. The microphones are held in here magnetically, so they just slide in, and they just are held in magnetically. They won't fall out. And here's a look at the transmitter. The other one looks exactly the same, and here is a look at the receiver. So this one's USB-C. They do have a version that's got the lightning connector for iPhones, but so you have to make sure that when you look at the links down below, they might be combining them, and so you want to make sure you select the correct version so you don't get the wrong one. So there's no battery inside the receiver. It does have a little LED indicating which is connected, channel 1 or channel 2. You have a pass-through USB-C port over here, so you can charge your phone through this pass-through port here. And also, this USB-C here or here can power this if you're using this with like a non-powered device, because this gets power from the smartphone. So if you're using it with like a camera, you do need to power this up somehow through like a power bank or something like that. You have a 3.5mm jack here, and you need a TRS cable for this end here, and of course whatever end you're connecting to, and in terms of the camera you're using. Typically most DSLR cameras are going to use a TRS cable on the other side as well. A closer look at the microphone transmitter. So the microphone is actually on the side here, it's not on the top. Instead on the top you have a 3.5mm jack here, so you can plug in a lavalier mic if you want, and that is not included. Got a clip here to clip it onto like a shirt or a hat or something like that. Additionally, you have a magnetic mounting system as well. There's a very strong magnet here, so you can put this somewhere else, not necessarily on your shirt. You can put that on like on some piece of clothing on the inside, or a hat or something like that, and then it will secure the microphone to that particular piece of clothing. Got a USB-C port here on the bottom for charging. These little metal pins here are the charge pins that are inside the case for charging the battery inside here. You have a micro SD card slot here. So these are not included. This is my card. They both have a slot, as you can see right here. Here's the other one. So these are for backup audio, and you can also use this as a standalone audio recorder. So when you do recordings through this was plugged into your phone, it will record a track on here. It's a WAV file, and that's basically backup audio in case the audio is not recorded on the phone. but you can use this as a standalone, basically a voice recorder. So you can see here that it's flashing. It's not connected to anything right now because obviously the receiver is not connected to my phone. And you just short press the button here. This is a shutter button, record button, and that will start recording the audio directly to that micro SD card, even though it's not connected to the receiver. And you can see it's flashing blue and white here. I'm not sure if it's coming on the camera right now. And then to stop the recording, you just short press the record button again. The button over here is for noise cancellation and reverb. So if you short press that, so basically the default is, when it's flashing blue, is no noise cancellation. I think that actually sounds the best, but if you're in a noisy environment, you may want to add noise cancellation. So you just short press this button here, and then now it'll flash green. And that's basically the standard level of noise cancellation. Press it again, and it'll flash yellow, and that is high level of noise cancellation. And then to turn it off, you just press this button again, and you'll have no noise cancellation. So in order to turn on the reverb feature, it does have to be connected to the receiver. So I have this plugged into my phone now. You can see we have a solid blue light on both channels, 1 and 2, which means it's connected. The light is solid on the transmitter as well as the other one as well. And so you double press this button here to turn that on. And now you see that it's flashing blue and purple. So you'll see the reverb effect in a moment here when I show you the sample audio, but I'm not sure how useful that is or what that would be used for. If you happen to know, let me know down in the comments. If you want to mute the microphone, you have to double press the power button. So I'll press that like this, and then the light will go from a solid blue to a solid white, and you just double press it again to turn the mute off. So the buttons on the receiver, you can adjust the gain with these. So you have to double click the channel that you want to adjust and then use the plus and minus buttons to adjust the gain. I would just leave this as whatever the default is, and only adjust that if you want to move the microphone either really close to your mouth or really far away. So I found that this is fairly sensitive to the distance that wherever the audio is coming from. And generally speaking, if it's closer than, let's say, about maybe like 15 inches, then the gain is going to be kind of high. It's almost to the point where it's close to clipping, but it's not quite. It's quite high. So if you don't like that, then you might want to reduce the gain if you're going to be using the microphone at very close distances. But if it's a little bit further away, it sounds really good. Like it's like a nice balanced in terms of like how loud it is. So if you leave it about 15 to say 18 inches away from your mouth, the audio is really clear and sounds really good. If you're going to be further away, like 2-3 feet or more, then you're going to want to adjust the gain up, because it is going to be pretty, the audio, the volume will be pretty low at that point. So the microphone is kind of pointing sideways, so this wind muff is actually on the side as well. It's just silicone, and it just goes on top like this. There's a little hole there for the lavalier mic if you want to have that still coming through. This does work very well in the wind. If you don't use this and say like you put on your shirt and you're on a bike with the wind going straight into it like this, you will hear it. It's quite loud, even with noise cancellation on. So I would recommend, if you're outdoors in wind, definitely use the wind muff. And then because the microphone is on the side like this, you do want to sort of, I don't know, put this in a place where the microphone is actually pointing at your mouth versus away from your mouth. So typically if you're using this on your shirt, it's going to be kind of away. Maybe that's why the gain is kind of high. I'm not sure, but I found that if you want better audio, move it towards or point it towards you or wherever the audio source is. That does make the audio sound a lot better. Okay, so test out the microphone here. Default settings, no noise cancellation, no reverb. And there's some street noise over there, not too far away. Not sure if it's going to be audible or not. Now we'll turn on standard noise cancellation. So how does that sound? A little bit better? Should be less noise. All right, now we're setting the noise cancellation to high, its highest level. No reverb still. All right, here's reverb turned on with no noise cancellation. And here it is with noise cancellation set to standard. How does that sound? And here it is with a noise cancellation set to high. How does that sound? All right, so I'm going to do the range test on the microphone. I have it attached to the little magnet mount right here, and the microphone is pointed kind of down towards my mouth here instead of like out and away. So should sound pretty good. See how it sounds as I walk away from the camera. And I don't remember exactly the range. I'll put it up on the screen here. Probably going to be at least 300 meters. Going to go pretty far, and we'll see if I lose connection at all. So as I move my face away from the camera and the receiver over there, my head's blocking the microphone. It's possible that some of the audio is breaking up here. Turn back. Let's see, I'm probably about 100 meters away right now. I can actually barely see my phone from here. Not sure if I'm even still on camera or not, if I'm still in frame. I'm looking at it. But if you turn away, so overall, I find the audio from the system to be very, very good. I've switched to this microphone about a month ago already. I haven't told you guys yet, but yeah, it's been in a lot of my videos, and so far, no one's complained about the audio. Sometimes I switch to these new microphones, and then people are like, why does the audio sound weird? And I've gotten not a single comment about that so far. So far so good. So I'm going to continue to use this until I find something better. I like the audio quality. I like the fact that, you know, it's nice and small. Typically, I don't even carry this case around. I just carry one microphone and the receiver, and actually it just kind of attaches to the back here magnetically, and stick it into my bag, and that's all I use when I need to use additional audio with my phone. This does also work with certain cameras, like the Osmo Action 3, Action 4, I think Action 2 as well, because it does have USB-C power, and it does use the USB-C microphone system. So certain cameras, I don't think GoPros or Insta360 cameras will work with this, but definitely the DJIs do. So if you have like one of those action cameras that can use USB-C, this microphone system will also work with those cameras as well, not just with your smartphone. And obviously, if you externally power the receiver and use a TRS cable, you can use it with pretty much any camera at that point. In the video description, if you guys want to check it out, that'll do it for this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.